Welcome back to Tina's 12 Days of Christmas Chaos to Calm Challenge. Today is day 10. And we're going to be talking all about the emotional freedom technique, which is a tapping technique if you're not familiar with it. Tapping is an acupuncture, it's more so that we're tapping on acupuncture points to help calm our nervous system and to really reduce cortisol, our stress hormone, and release emotional tension. There has been some informal research on tapping. This isn't a practice that has been officially qualified, I think, in the psychology realm, but it has been used and there's starting to do research on it to really show the effects of it. And I personally used it and it's been very helpful. I'm not sure. Have you used it, Sophie? No.
No, not really. Only if I've been doing like a guided meditation and they've incorporated it in there.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So it can be really helpful. It's a combination of identifying how you're thinking and feeling, and then kind of creating a statement that you would prefer to be thinking. And then while we are focused on that statement, that's where we're going to move through the tapping on different pressure points within our body. So this regular practice can really help you to manage stress more effectively over time. Today, Sophie's going to be my guinea pig and she's going to be going through the experience with you guys. So we'd like you to do the exercise while we move through it. And just a friendly reminder to check out the workbook that we have that goes along with the challenge, which you can do by signing up through our mailing list. And we can remind you of that at the end. So to get started, are you ready, Sophie?
Ready to go.
All right. So let's set up and take a really deep breath. We're going to take a deep inhale through our nose and we're going to exhale slowly out through our mouth. Find a comfortable position. This is typically done sitting, not laying down. And we're going to take another slow, deep breath in and exhale. Okay. So first we want to identify any sort of feeling that we're having. I want you to think about any stress or tension that is kind of running around in your head that you would really like to release. Now, I want you to rate the intensity of this feeling on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being very intense. When you have that number, give us a show with your fingers. Let's take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. So now I want you to create a simple phrase acknowledging your current feeling and pairing it with self acceptance. So, for example, even though I feel stressed, I deeply and completely accept myself. This is the example that we're going to use that I'm going to use out loud, but please feel free to come up with your own statement. Even though I feel X, I, A, B, and C about myself. Right? You got a statement, Sophie? Good. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this statement in mind as we move through our tapping sequence. First, we're going to start with our karate chop point. So, this is the karate chop. This is the point. You're going to use 2 or 3 fingers of one hand to gently tap the side of your opposite hand on the fleshy area below your pinky. This is the karate chop point. And I want you to repeat your statement out loud 3 times. Even though I feel stress, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel stressed, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel stressed, I deeply and completely accept myself. Great. Now we're going to move on to our next tap, and it's going to be on the top of your head. You're going to tap the crown of your head while repeating, I feel stressed. This is just the difficult feeling that you're experiencing. And we're going to tap 5 to 7 times here. I feel stressed, and you're going to keep repeating it. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to move to our eyebrow point. You're going to move to the inside of your eyebrow near the bridge of your nose, and you're going to tap and say, stress, this stress, whatever that feeling is, this feeling. Okay. Now we're going to move to the side of the eye, and we're going to tap the bone on the outer corner of your eye, saying, this tension, whatever the corresponding feeling is with the initial negative feeling, this tension. Okay. Now we're going to move to under the eye, and you're going to tap the bone under your eye, saying, I feel it in my body. I feel it in my body. And repeat, I feel it in my body. Now we're going to move under the nose and tap between the nose and the upper lip, saying, this feeling, this feeling, right? And now we're going to move to our chin. So tap at the crease between your lower lip and your chin. And you're going to say, I feel stressed, or whatever that feeling is again for you. I feel stressed. I feel stressed. I feel stressed. And now we're going to move to the collarbones, and you're going to use both hands for this to tap just below. You're going to identify your collarbones here, and you're going to tap just below them and say, again, this tension, the corresponding feeling with that initial feeling, this tension. You're going to tap this tension. Next, we're going to move to under the arm. So we're going to go about 4 inches below the armpit and move down. And we're going to tap on the side of the body while we say, again, this stress, this stress, this stress. And we're going to do a check in here. We're going to pause and take a deep breath in and out. I want you to notice how you feel. Take a moment to think about it and re-rate your stress level on that scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very intense. If it's still feeling very high, I want you to repeat the tapping sequence until the intensity decreases. So we start with our head, we move to the eyebrow point, to the side eye, to under the nose, chin, the collarbone, and under the arm. And you're going to be acknowledging the discomfort, the uncomfortable feeling that you might be having, and moving your way through that tension to release it. Now we're going to close with our positive statement. Right? So after a few rounds, you can change the wording to something more positive, such as, I'm letting go of stress. I feel calm and in control. I'm letting go of stress and I feel calm and in control. One more deep breath in and out. Let's bring our awareness back to the room where we're at. How do you feel, Sophie?
I think it's a good exercise to kind of bring up the emotion that maybe you're feeling in association with the statement that you have put out. I feel like it really helped me focus on the emotion towards it and try and do what I could do to release that.
Yeah, I think oftentimes our reaction to uncomfortable feelings is to kind of shove it away and push it down and ignore it because it's uncomfortable. But this exercise is really great because it's bringing that awareness to that feeling. It's like putting us in a situation like where we're acknowledging it, but it's giving you a technique to like physically move through the emotion while you focus on it. And I think that's not common in a lot of the other practices that we've covered or that have been out there, and which is why tapping has been such a has become a powerful movement. Yeah. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you coming and showing up with us, hoping that this brought a little bit of calm to potentially chaotic day or just the chaotic time with the holidays. Friendly reminder, if you'd like some more information and direction around EFT and tapping and all of our other exercises that we had the days before, and that as we finish up this 12 days of Christmas challenge, you can always sign up to our mailing list and actually get the Chaos to Calm workbook, where it provides more in-depth descriptions and guidelines for you to do it on your own and continue these practices as you need. So thank you for sitting with us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.